What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel. I have today for you another important video, and whether you're on console, PC or whatever, it's important that you watch this if you care about modding your game and especially the modding community. If you guys didn't know, Bethesda recently released the Creation Club, which is effectively a system that allows you to buy mods for Skyrim and Fallout 4. And it's important that you guys understand the points I'm going to make in this video, because it could actually see an end to some of the free mods that we currently have on the Nexus due to copyright reasons, which I'll get to later on in this video. And also some people have been saying that this is a good thing for modders because they'll be able to sell their content online through Bethesda, and on the front of the package it looks like a really good deal. But if you actually look at the planned payment model, it works out pretty bad. Not gonna swear. So now I feel like it's up to us as the community, who already seem pretty angry about these changes, to make sure that some of these modders who do this for enjoyment don't get screwed over. So firstly, we know that these mods are going to be paid for. They use a credit system, and we can see that on the bottom right. You can see there's a purchase more credits option to obviously buy more mods with. Now, it's not clear yet whether you get credits through gameplay as well. I know Ubisoft do a system like that, where if you get achievements, you also get credits. But it's very clear that these mods can be brought, so these are paid for mods. After all, Bethesda are a business, and they want to make money. But where it gets a little bit murky and where I take issue is this little FAQ page that a few people keep quoting me. I did read this before the last video, but I'm going to go ahead and explain why I have a problem with it and why it's not transparent. Is Creation Club paid mods? No, mods will remain a free and open system where anyone can create and share what they'd like. Also, we won't allow any existing mods to be retrofitted into the Creation Club. It must all be original content. But most of the Creation Club content is created internally. So they're basically saying that they're going to have a free section like they do now, where you can just download mods exactly how it is now. And then they're going to have this premium sort of paid for section where you can expect this kind of quality. Most of the Creation Club content is created internally, some with external partners who have worked on our games, and some with external creators. All content is approved, curated, and taken through a full internal dev cycle, including localization, polishing, and testing. This also guarantees that all content works together. We've looked at many ways to do paid mods, and the problems outweigh the benefits. We've encountered many of those issues before, but there's a constant demand from our fans to add more official high quality content to our games. And while we're able to create a lot of it, we think that many in our community have the talent to work directly with us and create some amazing new things. But then, I mean, you look that they've got like horse armor and a Dwemer mud crab right now, and it just looks pathetic. I mean, they're not really amazing, are they? But obviously we've got to wait and see what comes. Now, in general, I do like what they're saying here, but they're trying to argue that because they're creating polished content developed in collaboration with Bethesda developments, it's like more than a mod. But that just sounds confusing, because what this effectively is paid for mods. What Bethesda should have said, to make it much clearer, was that this is paid for downloadable content like DLC. It's like mods, but it's being curated, tested, and it works seamlessly with our game. But instead, by calling them mods, it sounds like they're fan-made add-ons to their game that they're making you pay for, which makes it all sound very confusing. But either way, you're going to have to pay for this content. That much is very clear. I don't know why they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes by the way they word this statement. It just sounds a little bit shady, and that's not a good thing when you're dealing with this type of topic. As I said in my previous video, the last time Bethesda created this system back on Steam in 2015, mod authors only got 25% of the profits, while Bethesda got 45%, which is almost double. This to me suggests that Bethesda previously acted on a business standpoint, to make money and not to fully support their thriving modding community. I think the split should be more like 70% for the modders. Now, from what I've been told by a modder who's working on one of the biggest modding teams and one of the biggest Skyrim mod projects, he told me that the planned compensation system for the new Creation Club platform, which is sort of hinted at in the FAQ on Bethesda's website, but personally I haven't seen it physically, so I'm going off what he's told me as a reliable source. But apparently any modder that submits a mod to be sold on the Creator Club will be paid 3 times. Firstly, they'll be paid when the alpha of the mod is released to Bethesda. Secondly, when the beta is released to Bethesda. And finally, when it's released to the general public on the Creators Club for us to buy. So I'm assuming, depending how good your idea is, it might be like $100 and then $300, and then when it's released it might be like $500 or something. We don't know how much they'll be paid for each installment, but he then tells me that Bethesda will take 100% of all the income from any money that Bethesda make on the Creators Club store. He said that he thinks that's even worse than the previous agreement Bethesda had offered to modders, but that's apparently the planned system Bethesda have. If it is, I think that's a joke and I think it's a terrible start. What I think would probably happen is, for example, Eleonora, a well-known modder, would apply to make like a new house mod for Bethesda, and then Bethesda would look at the application and say, well, I think this will easily sell and lots of people will buy this. So they may even pay her, say for example, $1,000 or $2,000 in total to create that, and then if they sell it for $5 to you on the Creators Club store, and there are millions of you guys, even if you refuse to buy it, some people definitely will. And only 200 of you need to buy that house mod before they make a profit on it. So it's like, yeah, you're sort of supporting the mod authors, but you're actually mainly just using them to make money without doing any of the work for yourself. And we call that capitalism. The mod authors should be getting at least 70% of any of the money that that mod makes. I think that's fair. But that's only one of the issues here, because this goes much further. And I actually didn't know this before, but because of the EULA, mod authors are bound not to sell or charge for their mods. Bethesda won't let them. You can of course still donate to them on the Nexus and through websites like Patron, so you can indirectly sort of pay for their mods and support them. But they're not allowed to actually sell them to you directly. So now Bethesda come along and say, you can sell your mods on our site through us, but just not anywhere else on the internet. So they're basically saying, we want to control all the profit margins, and if you don't like what we offer you, get out. This does suggest that Bethesda's main motive is profit, as any business really should prioritize. But the situation is this. They've avoided making any additional content, but yet they're still making profit from the content they don't produce. This actually sounds like a double move from Bethesda. On one hand, they're getting money from the mods, and on the other hand, they're circumventing any employment regulations, laws and unions, giving them effectively free, or at least very cheap, labour. And they're also creating the Bethesda-owned mod platform that we may be forced to use when they release future games. To me, this is just corporate greed and capitalism at its finest. No extra work, but make more money. And I personally, as you know, absolutely love Bethesda. But I'm not stupid, and neither are the mod creators, and neither are you guys. I'm not going to sit by and let our modding community be taken advantage of. I think that's just a bit sneaky. So whether or not my concerns are wrong or right, we need to argue for a fair deal for the modding community. It's very much like Bethesda are saying, why bother making big DLCs like Nuka World or Far Harbor or the Dawnguard or Dragonborn DLC and charging $15 to $20 for each of them when we could just make endless DLC weapons and armor mods in abundance and get other people to make them and then charge $1 to $3 for each of them and easily make as much money doing that. That's what it really comes down to. The most worrying thing about the Creators Club though is how it's going to impact the existing modding community. Currently, for example, there's a mod on the Nexus which gives you the Chinese stealth suit armor in Fallout 4. It's a HD retexture and it does look amazing. This mod is of course free and you can donate to the author who made it if you wish. But we actually then see in Bethesda's Creation Club they're selling a paid version as well. Now, given the choice, you'll probably go for the free version, and the free version probably actually does look better than the one in the trailer, because you can also have like multiple colors as well. Same with the Pip-Boy, it only has a few colors, but actually there's one already on the Nexus which has a ridiculous amount of colors and customization to it, compared to the one that you're going to pay for in Bethesda's Creation Club. So because Bethesda own the intellectual rights to the Chinese stealth suit armor from Fallout 3, it may mean that they actually ask for the free mod to be removed from the Nexus, or even sue the mod author over copyright and damaging potential sales. The Cowl of Nocturnal is another one, the survival set, and I'm sure there'll be many more future mods that come out on Bethesda's Creator Club that will conflict with free mods on the Nexus. So this is going to have, I think, a detrimental effect on the free modding community, and I don't know what it means for the future. It's really not clear, and it's down to Bethesda how they handle this. But there's definitely going to be some drama to come, and I hope Bethesda make the right decision and clear up some of these questions that are jumping out all over the internet very soon. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the description, guys, and if you haven't already, you can also hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell icon next to it to get notifications, because I am going to be doing some more videos on this topic. I think it's important for people like me to voice other people's opinions and not sit back and just let things like this happen. But at the end of the day, it is down to you as the community to make a decision and support these mod authors who could be walked over by a big corporate company. But thanks for watching, guys. My name is ESO, and I will see you in the next video.